I am a lazy hobbyist, especially when it comes to one particular facet of the hobby. Basing. If you look at a cross-section of bases that I've painted, you'll see a common thread occurring pretty quickly. Most of them are just texture paint, maybe a tuft or two, and if you're lucky, a bit of washing and dry brushing. And it's not like I don't care about basing, it's not like I don't want good looking bases on my miniatures. It's just I can't be bothered. By the time I've got to the end of painstakingly crafting a miniature, trying to get it painted as best as I possibly can, the last thing I want stuck on my mind is the base. And then I had one of them eureka moments. I can be lazy and get away with it. In fact, no. I can be lazy and actually get something good out of it. See, I was going through my last couple of Mini of the Month minis, and if you don't know what that is, have a look down the description below, because there'll be a link to it. But I noticed amongst these minis that there was a common thread. The 3D printed bases. And those 3D printed bases look really decent. They're quite a bit better than my lazy texture paint and a bit of dry brushing bases. But they didn't actually really take any longer to do, because everything that makes them visually interested is already there printed into the base. So with my 3D printer, a tool that I literally use every day to do my job, I can get better looking bases with less effort. How did I not think of this? But what if I can next level it? What if there's some extra trickery in that printer that can take this even a step further? Well, I'd like to introduce you to two friends of mine. The first friend is these bottles of alcohol-based inks, which are products that you can buy off Amazon, off art stores. They're very easy to get hold of. And the second friend is this bottle of clear 3D printable acrylic resin. Now this stuff has a habit of going a little bit yellow when you print it in its normal clear state. But you can mix those alcohol inks into it to get coloured, semi-transparent or mostly transparent 3D printable resin in any colour you want. So I found the ideal candidate to experiment with this new level of fuckery and printed off some of these gemstone minerally deposit bases from one of my suppliers. And funny enough, there will also be a link to these in the description, because if you like them, I sell them. And my hope here is that once I've got them all painted up, I'll be able to incorporate a little party piece into them. So with that in mind, I want to get the painting done next, because it's really simple and that's the point. I'm just going to do a bit of 2-colour wet blending on the surfaces, a little bit of washing, a little bit of dry brushing on the rocks themselves, a little wash of Vallejo Emerald around the base of the gemstones because I cannot resist that colour, and we get something really cool really easily. In fact, the total painting time is probably about 3 minutes per base. And with the painting done, it occurred to me then that my plan was to put Stargrave Crew on these, and I don't have any painted Stargrave Crew to put on these. So here's a primed Stargrave Pathfinder on one of these bases. That's as good as you're getting. Look, it's a video about basing, alright? I'm not going to paint a miniature start to finish for a video about basing. But with my laziness aside, I did also say that my hope was that there'd be a little party piece here. So what's that? What was I talking about? But with a little help from my girlfriend Jenny's iPhone, we can see that because that resin is kind of semi-transparent, shining a light through it makes these gems light up and go all glowy and all interesting, and that's an effect that you can't really do with paint. You can do versions of it with paint, but it's never going to look exactly like real light doing the job, and I think that's really cool because it's a physical effect. It's something so different and stands out by the very nature of the fact that it's not a painted element. And so there's a few different ways that you can incorporate these lights. There's a product called Grim Lights that I'm aware of, which are these little wires with tiny micro LEDs in the ends of them, and they're designed to be drilled into miniatures. They're very cool. but probably a little bit high-tech and a little bit spendy for what I want to do with Stargrave, because I'm planning to have a bunch of crew ready to go that I can sort of swap and change depending on how I'm putting my team together. So I think what I'm going to do is build a little light box using sort of a bit of perspex for a diffuser, and then I've got these LED strips that are USB powered and an old USB from a lamp that's got a dimmer on it, and it actually all works together. So with these strips and the dimmer and everything, I can jury rig something together, a little sort of light box display. And then I'll be able to put all my Stargrave crew on them, and they will all look very pretty and very cool. And that's definitely a project for another video, because this video would end up being extremely long if we included it here. So I'm actually feeling kind of chuffed with myself over this. I think it's sort of a smart idea, and it's an idea that doesn't involve working hard, and I kind of like those two things when you put them together. But now I'm wondering if there's any other sort of cool ways where our laziness can actually do us a favour, can lead us to little breakthroughs or cool little techniques that we wouldn't have thought of if we were going for maximum effort. So I'd like to hear from you and know if you've ever discovered anything that took you far less work to accomplish, but that you actually really preferred the results of. So drop a comment below and let me know. And I'm off to finish painting these bases now, but until next time, I would love to wish you happy hobbying, folks. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Do check out those links in the description, because there's things featured in this video and some cool ways that you can support the channel as well. So until the next one, thanks for watching everybody, and bye bye for now.